good to see you again. I have you to thank. I can have I'm as yet, but and if there's well, I search Roderica.
Took you for dead. No matter, it's all lay out your arms then.
Hello, my name is... If I might be so, would you donate my eyesight is, but when I eat, it will lead me. Oh, now I can feel you are most kind. May the blessing of...
And it's just so stay clear.
Those are of a challenge fine and well.
Oh, yo.
Howdy.
You got that good Deathless run?
Yeah, no, is there anything at the bottom of this? Like if I go on that side, it feels like there should be something.
Here's what I remember for sure. One of the abductors is at the bottom of this. Anything else, I can't tell you for certain. But I know there's one of those down there. The Iron Maiden looking things on wheels.
Yeah, I see there's a torch down there. It looks like it passes by a ledge at the bottom of that. I see.
I don't remember what's that way. I don't know.
There's something. Oh shit. Yeah, I've never been down there, and you know, in a Deathless run. I guess I might as well go now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no. Oh, there is a nearby bonfire. So, I mean, site of grace. Excuse me. God, what a chump.
Fucking bitches are us, am I right?
Yeah, site of grace. Okay.
Side of grace.
Alright, now let's see if that new armor. I mean, this is certainly better. Okay, the Carrion Knight armor is not even close. I don't know why I was thinking it was. I made yet another blunder earlier, and I went into that teleporter in the dragon ruins or whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't remember where it went, and then I ended up in that tunnel, and I was like, oh shit. Yet another place where I can't teleport out, and there's no site of grace on hand. But luckily, it wasn't bad.
Luckily, you're built different and give no fucks.
Oh shit, I need to upgrade my helmet from a Godric soldier helm. Okay. Well, I have worse poise now.
But you look fucking swag.
I need to put the cape on and get the helmet that has the cowl for some reason. I mean, I guess a helmet can get rained on as much as the next thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fact, Jack.
So what's the? I guess I hop on as it passes and.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should
be fine being here.
Okay. Well, there's a ledge there. What is? Oh, the ledge just goes around. I forgot. Okay. Let me not miss my stop off. Maybe once I get down here, I'll be able to see, you know. Oh yeah, there's an item way down there. Okay, so it continues on after this. Presumably.
Yeah, the abductor's down there.
But just like a normal one, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Not too concerning. Yep, didn't even come here in any of my previous runs. Oh good, I can go back up. Nothing here.
This seems unsafe.
Yeah, I can't see what's over there. Oh. Oh, it's just these dudes. Okay. I mean, they're up. Oh! Not familiar with whatever this is.
It's just the mini gargoyles, I think.
That's what it looks like. Ooh, ashes.
Avian net, soldier ashes. There's the fucking duo who tried to fucking shoot there.
Alright. We have to catch it on the fly this time.
Yeah, it's gonna drop you off, so be ready.
What do you mean it's gonna drop me off?
Pretty sure he's gonna drop you off.
Oh! Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was just letting you know. So
That is not...
when it started turning for you.
That is not what I was envisioning, Noah.
If it kills you like that, you go to Volcano Manor. Well, I had money on you.
I was, I was picturing the one in, the one that's upstairs. That has, like, scythes. I mean, I guess they're not much different.
Yeah.
If I hadn't been backed into the corner and not able to...
Yeah, you got a little fucked there.
Alright. Well...
I tried to give you as much information as I could.
Yeah.
And I did not say it was perfectly safe.
No, you didn't. Alright, what was that? 5 hours and 35 minutes? It is 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can't get back here tonight. What do you think? Anything better than the golden seed?
I mean, probably not. Crackpot, maybe.
I haven't used a pot once.
In that case, golden seed wins.
I mean, if I was going to go directly into the tunnel out front, or in the spawn area, I could maybe do the stone sword key, but I don't know about there are a lot of ashes. I don't know. I just always use the wolves. They're so handy. Like three enemies constantly staggering. I mean, 3 allies constantly staggering the enemy. Just seems very good. Okay. Time to spend the next like half an hour setting up. They really did us a great service when they made you not need endurance or stamina when there are no enemies.
Yeah, that's just a good choice.
God, when are you gonna get staggered, you piece of shit? I swear he should have been staggered before then. It's okay.
God, look at this guy skipping the first boss. Look at you being a professional, doing the menuing while the door's opening.
Not quite. I didn't get through it all.
Should have done some of it then.
Yeah, I need some of it then and some of it on the elevator, yeah.
Yeah, like right here, boom.
There's not really anything else to equip or unequip. Who's got time to wait for the elevator to come to a full and complete stop? Now when you say first boss, does this dude have a boss health bar?
The Soldier of Godric, yes.
Oh, fuck me. I haven't been keeping track of the 165 bosses. Of course, I'm doing a true 100% run, so on top of all the quote-unquote bosses, I'm also doing all the non-respawnable dudes.
Yeah.
What, into the pit, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and a Site of Grace, too. That I never get. Could have hit that Site of Grace up top before I came back down here. I guess it wouldn't have saved me any time. Okay, we're already behind schedule.
But this is the true schedule. This is what it should have been. I think this is one of the better tutorials, honestly.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they do a really good job in this one.
It's pretty long.
It teaches you a lot about the game in a good, interesting way.
Yeah. This is all seeming vaguely familiar.
Oh, hello, my boy.
The tutorial, so I'd hope it would be. Hello,
Oh, and there's a boss door. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I stand corrected. I did not think this was.
Soldier of Godric. kicking your ass. Oh, he's kicking your ass. Oh, Shadow almost died to the soldier. God.
I saw him deal the finishing blow as... You know, this is I'm on, I feel, a little bit longer than your time that you sent into the chat earlier. Is this not Deathless Run 47?
It's Deathless Run 48.
Ah.
You missed Deathless Run 47 by about 5 minutes.
He managed
as Noah directed me
when he lost.
As Noah directed me into a new zone and said, "This is perfectly safe."
This is revisionist history at its finest. I warned him exactly what was there. And
Noah said that big guy up there, all bark, no bite.
All right, now that I can just kill Margit without even leveling up, or without even leveling up my weapon, is it time to I could just kill the tree knight on my way? Let's find out.
Just fuck him up.
The boys.
I mean, I probably can't because I know significantly less about his attack pattern and stuff than about Margit, because I kill Margit in every run, and this guy only in the runs when I'm really hurting for other things to do.
Oh man, just threw the whole ass weight of the horse at you.
I'm impressed he was able to get his horse to do that.
They don't breed them like they used
The
to.
donkey shuffle.
It's the only way he can deal damage to me.
That it's called a donkey shuffle.
Whoop.
Alright.
Oh no.
I think he's more scared. I think he's more scared of you than you are of him.
Exactly. Like a spider with less legs. That's the only difference.
Yeah. He's got number of limbs, but he's got two.
That run was a dud anyway.
True. So, my college team got a new coach, boys.
Yay!
And some stories are starting to come
out. He got
out.
all the way to Volcano Manor in 5.5 hours.
Wow, that's pretty good. Stories are coming out about some old coaches.
Oh.
One of the stories is that they had an analytics tool that was like super fancy, can track like where the ball goes in the basket, you know, where you're shooting percentage from, where on the court.
Yeah.
Scout other teams. They had it for like 5 years, and there was a bug with it. And a technician came in, and one of the assistant coaches was like, "I've never used it. I don't know my password." Possibly 2 assistant coaches did not know how to sign into the system.
Yeah, at what point are you too embarrassed to ask? I mean, it's clearly somewhere between, 5 years or less.
Well, the thing is, their coaching staff didn't care much about analytics. Like, I believe the coach at one point, somebody asked him a question like, "What made this change here at this point in the game?" And he goes, "I just go with my gut."
And that's fair. Some people just like to free ball it.
Yeah. But one of those assistant coaches that didn't know their password.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, the players want good NIL money. What if we signed them up for OnlyFans?"
There we go. See, I knew he was supposed to stagger.
Fuck out of me.
He thought that if you signed up college basketball players between the age of 18 and 21, that fans of the university would pay to chat with them. And the best part of the story is the head coach was like, "What's OnlyFans?" So they had to explain what OnlyFans was to a 65-year-old man.
No!
Oh,
I was so close. That's the farthest I've ever gotten. He was, I would believe, less than a quarter health.
Yeah, he was less than a quarter.
All right, good start.
a darker story is one of those assistant coaches found out that someone close to one of the players had died around campus. Two of the assistant coaches went to check on, what was happening. And when they got there, I guess there was like a distress call, like to the coaches about like something was going wrong.
Yeah.
When they got there, one of the coaches wasn't like directly associated with like the assistant coaching staff. He was like organizational.
Yeah.
The other one was a direct assistant coach. The direct assistant coach got there, was like, "Oh no," and left.
What?
Pretty much found out that someone had passed away that was close to one of the players, and was like, "Phew, I don't like dead bodies," and he took an Uber and left. While the other guy had to like console the player and call the ambulance and get everything processed. And then that assistant coach that left told everyone that when he got there, he got down on his hands and knees and tried to resuscitate them.
I mean,
Okay, it was fine up until that point.
yeah,
Yeah.
Of all the lies to tell as well, that's just a fucking hell of a one.
And then the other
The
guy,
most easily verifiable.
and then
Oh,
one of
I
the
don't get
assistant
any.
coaches
Okay, I do get runes for that.
made a burner account on Twitter to attack people who are going after them. And in this little message board of fans, somebody asked about what the dark story was, which was him, leaving when the kid was in need and then lying about helping. And when that was told, somebody commented, "I don't feel as bad about telling him he had the biggest tits in Arkansas now."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dude, sports can get really weird.
Okay, I think you know how to beat him this time, right, Shadow?
Yeah, I think you got it. LME is the biggest tits in Arkansas.
The thing is, it's just inefficient to fight this guy.
The biggest tit in Arkansas.
I mean, I could spend 5 minutes fighting this guy now and get a few souls, or I could just come back in like 30 minutes and spend, 30 seconds fighting him.
How many sheep does it take to get a
312.
I mean, I don't know how many souls he gives. It could be that it's actually, I mean, if he gives me enough souls that I could level up and thus all my feature enemies are easier.
I would assume he gives you a level up quantity of souls.
Well, I'm sure he'll give me at least one level, but one level won't really matter. If it was like 2 or 3 levels, maybe. But I'll just stick with especially at a point where like one mistake could kill me.
Yeah.
If I spend 2 minutes fighting them.
You remember how much damage the Donkey Shuffle did to you, so you gotta be
Exactly.
careful about it.
Is that the name of your character?
The Donkey Shuffle.
Donkey Shuffle.
Donkey Shuffle. Donkey Shuffle's here.
You're yeeting them, Shadow.
It's weird. That's not what normally happens.
What normally happens?
Usually the white wolf comes down to fight me by the time I've killed those two in the pit. But that time it was still waiting up at the...
Too fast.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you take
Pure
a different path to the
efficiency.
two in the pit this time?
I mean... Oh. Not really.
Whoop.
I've paid for my mistake. Now this fight is like off kilter.
What, Pharaoh Missoula?
That's the craggly place in the sky.
Okay, I was like, why does it feel like it's from a different Dark Souls game? Oh. Oh. That startled me. I was so focused on Shadow stepping in that fire that when he jumped at Shadow, I like recoiled a little bit.
You know what? It's because I went to kill the soldier of Godric. Now my whole
Your groove is off.
my whole groove is off. Any other time I would have normally I double stun that guy. You know, I hit him 3 times, do the crit on him, then hit him another 3 times, do the crit on him. And that's it.
Get him the old 1-2.
The buckle my shoe.
3 times, get the crit.
Well, no, the real 2 is you buckle their shoes. But you buckle their shoes differently than they buckle their shoes. They're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you tie their buckles together.
Exactly. You buckle them.
I mean, this guy gives, I would describe, 0 fucks about you.
So, Shadow, what are your feelings about Total War Warhammer?
I have no feelings. Oh,
And I
bastard.
don't want to pressure you into to purchasing the game.
I mean,
if you don't care,
yeah.
then you know
You know how much DLC there is?
there is a decent bit of DLC. I have low key probably spent like close to $300 on all 3 games together.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Worth it though. At least for me. I'm not for everyone. I understand.
How much DLC do I still have to get? I know a new one came out recently, but I don't remember if I bought the other one that came out right before it. That was part of the fuck you, I'm not paying for this group of people.
I still have a decent bit of DLC to get. I think I have all.
You came in
one game.
late.
I think I have all the DLC for the first game, and possibly most of the DLC for the second. Then I have like maybe half the DLC for the third.
DK, Donkey Kong is here.
I'd heard hand upon the talk of the art was the call for. I was interested.
Let's see here. Hide items in my library. What DLC is left here? Oh, I've actually got a few DLC. The fuck is this? I thought I had DLC.
I want to check and see how much DLC I have.
Though the thing I'm missing Shadows of Change. That was the one I said, fuck you, I'm not paying for this.
Who are the
Came out with it.
the frickin' squads in it?
The what?
Who are the squads in it?
Oh, it was like a cool group of squads. Like I was
It's just too expensive.
Yeah, they dropped it as a $25 DLC, which was
Damn.
crazy more expensive than what they
For how many?
3 factions are getting big updates with it.
Damn.
3 new legendary lords. You got someone with Zinch, someone with Grand Cathay, and someone with Kislev, I believe. 16 new units, 9 regiments of renown, a new hero, and a new lord for all 3 races. There was a lot of content with it, but it's fucking $25. And it's $25 not for new races, $25 for legendary lords and already set races. Because like the Chaos Dwarves are $25, but that's a whole ass another faction
Yeah.
with like 3 legendary lords in it, with all the gibbons. Let's see, what do we have here? What are these other DLC? There are 3 other DLC that I just don't have for some reason. I don't remember these. One came out yesterday, or 2 days ago. Legendary Lord for the Dwarves. Okay. There's a dwarf. Yeah, let's see. That's...
Holy, what the fuck?
Oh, who the fuck is this? This guy looks awesome. The Thrones of Decay. Tell me this is Nurgle. Oh, a legendary lord for Nurgle. Oh.
I don't know how much I have for. Oh, I didn't realize my computer bag is like right next to me. I jumped up off the couch and started moving towards the door at the other side of the room, and I was like, oh shit, it's right here.
Oh, that's why there's so many DLC that I didn't know about. The Thrones of Decay DLC. See here, they've done a little bit better here. There's basically 3 legendary lords that they split up into 3 individual DLCs that are all worth about like $8. $8. And so combined, it's basically the cost of the Shadows of Change DLC. But I can actually individually buy ones I would want and not have to pay a fucking ass load.
Okay, how do I check how much DLC I have? Oh, here's the DLC page on Warhammer 3.
Yeah, once you get to the
Do I just go to lists or
downloadable content
browse?
for Total War Warhammer 3. So you're on the downloadable content for Total War Warhammer 3?
Yes.
Okay, scroll down, go to all for the filter to, and then click on hide items in my library. It's on the left side column, narrow by preferences. And then you can see how many just from the 3rd DLC only, or from the 3rd game only that you don't have.
Everyone only to have it. Did you know?
Yeah, the
It
good
looks
old,
like it didn't change.
well, sounds like
But
you
I-
don't have a lot of DLC.
But I know I have at least one DLC.
You, probably one is vanishing then.
Tell them I love and finally get.
The all reviews for Shadows of Change, for recent reviews of the last 30 days, it's 54% positive. For all reviews, it is 37%.
Damn.
Yeah, everyone's just like, yo, this should have been hella less.
Maybe it's because Warhammer is updating in the background that's kind of messing with it. Because it's not changing at all. It says there's how many are on your page, or how many are there when you
I see there are 23.
show. Okay, because it's still showing me 23, and I know I bought at least one because I know I bought the elf faction because I love that frickin' cloven-hooved elf guy.
Faction. Was there an elf faction for Total War Warhammer 3?
Yeah, there was elves.
The Wood Elves?
Yeah.
That's a Total War 1 DLC.
What?
That's not a Total War 3 DLC. That's a Total War 1 DLC. The Wood Elves.
I thought was it Orion?
Yeah, that's Total War 1.
Total War 1?
Yeah, he's been here since the beginning.
Interesting. So I might not have any DLC for Warhammer Total War Warhammer 3.
Realm of the Wood Elves. So when you scroll all the way down, you don't see Realm of the Wood Elves in your library.
I'm gonna go.
So from the bottom, I see Chaos Warriors, Call the Beastmen, Grim of the Grave, King and his Warlord, and then Realm of the Wood Elves. That one should say in your library.
Oh, wait a minute. When I said hide items in my library, I thought they would disappear from the queue. I see now that they're just like shrunk down, but still in.
Yeah, you get the baby version of it.
Okay. Interesting. So I only have 2 from the first game. Not nearly as many as I thought. From the second game, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Almost forgot to
It's like
level up
4.
before I went into Market.
I have half of them for the second game. I'm gonna recheck the third game just because I'm.
Time for me to see if I can find a cheap copy of.
Yeah, I seem to only have 2 in the third game. I got the Curse of the Vampire Coast and the Realm of the Wood Elves.
Somehow it's more expensive on here. Who would ever? No one's gonna buy this. Why is this here?
That's crazy. That I've probably spent nearly $300 in total on these 3 games, and I have only purchased like I don't know, like a quarter of the DLC total, maybe even less. Maybe, yeah, about a quarter. Day 5. Oh. Get him, jellyfish. Oh. Once I got the extra cash, I might buy a few of these DLCs for Total War 3. I remember when I was looking into Total War 3, a lot of people were like, game sucks compared to the second one. Defending a city in the third one is way harder on it. It's like it's harder to defend a city than to take a city in the third game. It was did you feel the same way, Noah? Well, a lot of people in the like at least Reddit threads that I looked through when I was looking into the third game was, they were shitting on the third game compared to the second because of how defending your own city was. As they said, like, cities, they were just like harder to defend for some reason.
Basically,
the third game.
It's harder in the third game, and it's super easy in Warhammer 2 to cheese the AI. That's what a lot of people are upset about, I think. Is that you could much easier, like, even if you're not saying I want to cheese them completely, you can just manipulate the AI a lot easier.
In Warhammer 2 versus Warhammer 3?
Yeah.
Oh.
So people are sad that they can't just fuck around.
Oh, I guess how would you cheese the AI in 2 compared to 3? Because they were talking about it in respects to, like, defending a city.
I mean, yeah, defending a city, you could just pretty much march your ass backwards and just hold out in the town square and just make like little blob formations and just fight the AI and not have a care in the world. Or you could be up on the walls and once again fuck around with the AI because they're morons.
Oh, well,
a lot of people don't like the city combat either. I think it's fun. I think it's fine.
I just enjoy this combat because it adds a different dynamic to fighting a battle. Just because not every battle is, ooh, you meet in an open plain, fight.
Well,
Ooh,
city battles already were different from that. But
well, I mean, that's why I was saying I enjoy city battles, just because it's a different dynamic from the normal fighting out in the field.
Yeah. And that's just already, that's how it was in 2 already. In 3 it's still that. It's just now in 3 as opposed to just having the same like city defense every time. You actually get to build the towers and you have to defend different choke points and there's a lot more maneuverability and variety to it. I think it's just definitely better overall.
The hell do you know, Noah? This coming from the man who said it was perfectly fine to go down and face the
Stop that.
the interceptor,
I told you
there's an
abductor down
abductor.
there.
Yeah, that's the one.
I gave good warning about it. I told you the thing was gonna tilt and drop you off in front of it.
But you didn't tell me not to do it. You didn't say, Jared, don't go down there.
I didn't think you were gonna walk yourself into a corner with it.
He said, you know, the best place I fight is backed into a corner.
Well, he certainly was backed into a corner. It would be fun.
If only there was something I could do to make my horse go faster. What can I upgrade to increase horse speed? Where's the horse speed talisman? Why did I even get off my horse? You know what? We're gonna have to do it a lot quicker than 5 hours and 35 minutes. Luckily, I now know where to go to get Smithing Stone 5s. So...
You know, I need to ask, what was your reaction to finding out about ASU's shocker symbol? Because when I saw that, I was just like, what is going on? How is this something that is affiliated with a school?
Are you asking me or are you asking Shadow?
Both of you.
I mean, I had no reaction really. It doesn't surprise me.
I just absolutely saw fucking 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, just living life to its fullest.
Because that is what it is. And somehow this has been around for like over a decade, and I've never heard about this.
Give them the straight rusty trundle.
But it caught my eye because like one of the recruits that, you know, Kentucky was going after left because he pretty much was like, I'm gonna go to whoever gives me the most money. And I mean, you know, respect. Get your bag. But out of nowhere, he just like signed with Arizona State. And I saw like a picture through my timeline of him and the coach doing that. And I was like, this can't be what I think it is. There's no reason why, 16-year-old guy and this 50-year-old man would be doing this in any normal context. We're just rushing through this place. Just zooming.
Digger, you may not have known, but Shadow is Mr. No Gives a Fucks.
What you call a professional.
You should call yourself Leon.
Oh, Digger. That's more apt than you know, because there's actually a movie called Leon the Professional.
Oh, Digger, you're clever. Accidentally, of course, because
Thank you.
know, but clever. But Shadow knew. Shadow.
What do you think about that whole thing that happened at Columbia?
Which thing?
I think it's still happening. Last I heard.
I thought that the police came in and removed them.
Did they?
I mean,
Maybe I heard wrong.
You might be right. I mean, let me see if something on the Times has said. When did
Yeah, it
this
says. At least 21 hours ago, police protesters from Columbia's Hamilton Hall, and there were reports that heard, but maybe they regathered somewhere else. But yeah, I guess I knew they were protesting, and I knew what they were protesting for, but then I literally just found out that they took over a building. I did not realize that it escalated there, because I just saw the news articles saying, they were in the building because demands weren't met. I didn't realize they were making... Oh, wait, no, what did... The university needed to separate itself from companies that were profiting off of the war and denounce the invasion. Which honestly, I really don't feel like those demands are that crazy. I know a school probably doesn't want to put their neck out there and, follow through on, removing themselves from companies profiting off of a war, because there probably aren't many companies that are going to be left after that.
Also, they don't want to do anything that makes it seem like they're in any way against
anti-Semitic
Israel.
Yeah. Because that's the weird thing. It's I remember one of the people I treated at the PT place that I worked at was from the Northeast, and he is Jewish. And he was he talked about how growing up in the Northeast, there were real anti-Semitic vibes from a lot of the older, richer families. Old money seemed to have some real non-favorable towards Jewish people, which, at least in his experience, I don't know what I've only ever vacationed in the Northeast. I've never been there for long periods of time, but I can't imagine that if that's the vibe, that there are too many super old money people that went to all these Ivy League schools who are just really funding the Israel
Where
war
are you?
machine.
I just clicked back in from being on my computer. How are you here? What are you doing?
I mean, how am I here?
He's roaming around collecting items.
This is the irony of the lakes.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were.
It's like the
Why?
second zone, Noah. And I'm here to get items for my sword. Because in this bit, admittedly it's a big ass lake, but in this big ass lake, you can find enough upgrade materials to get your sword all the way to Smithing Stone 4. Because there are like piles of Smithing Stone 3s and 2s all over the place.
Man's got a plan, Noah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a lot of moving around.
But I remember when the Columbia stuff first started popping off, there was some politician who was like, their president should resign. And I was like, for what? I was like, if a group of students gets like permits to protest, the president can't do anything about this. Like I think regardless of what like the message is, I don't think, a president can just like stop students from doing stuff like this. Just like if you put in permits and everything, you can have pretty much like any speaker you want to come to your college. Because I assume you guys heard about what was Rittenhouse? Is that the guy's name? The guy who shot the 2 people during the stuff in like Minnesota or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like going around speaking at some college campuses.
Yep.
Which, like, I can't imagine he is some type of great orator.
Yeah, in itself, it's a little silly. Like, regardless of, even if you're one of those fuckers who thinks he's, like, a big hero. Like you say, like, he's just some...
Because, like, even if I disagree with the politics...
He was just defending himself.
Even if I disagree with the politics of, like, Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro, it's like, they're public speakers. They're good at it. So I can understand why someone of that, like, leaning would be like, I want one of these 2 people, or, like, this type of person to speak.
Where the hell is that dog
But
at?
this dude's just like a 19-year-old who shot some people.
Oh. Yeah, and like, he hasn't even been to college. I don't think.
Which, I assume that he
mandatory, but... Oh, what the fuck?
These are not wise beasts.
This is new. I don't remember doing this before. Maybe I'm in the wrong... Oh, okay. This is the wrong one. There's one in it. Yeah, okay. I was thinking of the other place where there's a different configuration.
Up on the cliff is the one you're thinking about.
Okay, and there's one like down somewhere.
The dude was dumb enough to get underage get a gun from a friend and cross state lines to defend a used car lot. Like, committing multiple crimes just before he even does the actual shooting.
Well, as you've always heard, Digger, 2 wrongs make it right. So
of course.
It all worked out in the end.
Okay, I don't remember where the last... Oh.
I know where he is.
Shit.
Oh.
He has to
But-
reroute his whole strategy now. He wasted an arrow. He'll never make world record pace at this point.
I mean, I don't even need to be here. I just don't like to leave a zone once I've discovered the zone. I don't like to leave it unfinished because then I have no way of knowing later when I'm looking at the map.
Especially just constantly doing Deathless runs over and over and over.
Yeah, I'm like that place with the 3 wise beasts. Yeah, I did it 100 times.
No, I know you didn't mean it, but that low-key, it sounded like a diss.
What?
Especially because you're doing Deathless runs just over and over and over.
Oh.
I was like, I know you didn't mean it that way, but that was a solid diss.
Straight up a fucking. I mean,
you're having to run through this second area so many times that like you probably all just run.
I didn't even think about it that way. I was just like, yeah, if you constantly are having to restart. But now I'm like, oh damn, I just called you bad to your face.
That'd be like, you're a master of the first half of this game.
Oh, that's not blow things out of proportion. He didn't know which wise beast he was looking at. Man said seek 3 wise beasts, and then fucking skeletons are coming out of the ground. He was like, ooh.
And he went 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's too many. We need to rethink things here.
Where are the unwise beasts?
Exactly. Carl knows them. Boom, roasted. Would lobsters be unwise? Because those motherfuckers, those guys are vicious. Anytime I hear people talk about like how Dark Souls is too hard, I'm just like, I beat this game. Come on. Like, I'm not that great a video game player.
It's it can be pretty hard, certainly. I think, you know, once you
Digger's being facetious. He is a good video game player. Don't listen to him.
Oh
but
yeah,
it's like,
no, Digger's great at games. Yeah.
If you want to do like an all boss, if you want to do an all boss,
that was way worse than I was.
Worse than because of all your Deathless runs.
Yeah,
comment?
no, motherfucker, just ice cold.
But it's like if you want to do all bosses runs, like where you're having to hit millennia, and you know, what are you doing?
He's just fucking up the trees for some reason.
But yeah, it's like if you want to do an all bosses run and you're trying to beat like all of the hardest bosses, then yeah, I can understand why you're gonna come across like hard shit. But most of the hardest bosses are at the end of the game. Which, granted, I guess this game specifically is like one of the hardest opening bosses of like any game.
He's just not chill with how everyone's instincts are.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's just the wide variety of movesets and variability of his range is wild for an opening boss. As well as you being stuck on a narrow platform with death on both sides.
I wouldn't exactly call it narrow.
I guess relatively narrow when it comes to
compared to an open world
like
game.
a lot of boss arenas.
Yeah, look around you right now, Shadow. If you fought the dragon, would you say this region is narrow?
Not as narrow as his thinking. Boom, roasted. That's why you do so many death. You got the biggest titties in Arkansas. Noah's motorboat. I guess, did you hear the first statement that I made?
Not at all.
I said, we were saying boom, and I said, you got the biggest titties in Arkansas, and then you went, and I said, Noah's motorboating them.
I haven't sat down at my PlayStation in a hot minute. Yesterday was the first time I sat down and I was chatting with Shadow and watching videos of Deathless Run. And I had some stuff updating. I had DVD updating things. I looked at DVD and I was like, I have no desire whatsoever to launch this game.
You said Brawlhalla? What?
I'm waiting for the DVD, fire to kick back up. I'm not sure when it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be like a month or something. And I'm just gonna go, I want to play DVD again. But
I just get home and I'm tired.
I just looked at it and I said, no. I've been so I'm watching Shadow and I thought about playing something and I was just like, I can't. I've been studying for so long today. My brain literally wants to turn off where I just watch Shadow do his Deathless run.
I feel ya. I currently have a Total War campaign that both yesterday and earlier when we were looking into what DLCs we had, I was like, you know what, I could play that. And I just look at it and I'm like, or maybe I won't, and then I don't, and I just sit back and melt into my couch.
I'd like to do another Warhammer campaign at some point, but I guess I just bought those.
Are you kidding me? The only thing he gives is a blood rose? Bullshit.
The Nurgle one?
Yeah, I bought the Nurgle. I bought the three that came out. The Nurgle, the Dwarf, and
the Chaos.
It was, yeah. And I
the
was
Cosmic Hourglass has been...
I snagged them. I said, you know what, I'll spend $21. So I'm fine with that. I like this stuff.
I'm gonna get my
Nurgle campaign or something, but
I'm gonna get my first fucking paycheck in 4 months.
Oh,
this
babe,
week.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna put most of it towards my family's groceries and my student loans. Not nearly as fun, but I could save $21 to spend on some chaos and maybe play as Corn.
Oh shit! Did they not?
If Corn is
did the lobsters not wake up in the daylight?
Yeah, we could look in the daytime. I thought they did.
Holy shit! I mean, I just ran past them and none of them stirred. When usually they, try to kill me.
Nocturnal.
If so, that's a goddamn game changer. All right.
Dude,
did I get?
Today was.
You didn't get the other wise beasts.
Well, who cares? The real question is, did I get enough items to level up? I have 16 2s, 13 3s. We can, in fact, level up all the way to 4s.
Today was an absolute good day.
An absolute what?
An absolute mess of a day.
Oh, what happened?
I mean, one, my dad and I are constantly just having to look through everything because it's just kind of starting up. We are constantly having to look through and see how much money we have, how much we have to pay, almost every day, to make sure that we're not running a deficit. And there were issues with an Amex card that we had for the company that they turned off because we were spending and not paying it off to their desire, which is we spent $12,000 on it and paid off $8,000. So it's we were paying off the majority of the payments, but we were early on enough and spending enough each day, even though we were paying off. They did not the amounts of money we were spending. So we had to go through like a whole process of getting that turned back on, and they've been very difficult. But then my sister almost committed massive fraud.
Oh my god, what happened?
So essentially, we are buying trucks and trailers for this company, and you're getting the majority of the loan from one bank, and then like through the company, and then we're getting a personal loan to handle the rest of the cost of it, just because like we don't have much, like, not very liquid right now. Like most of our money is going back into paying off expenses, just because like early expenses, like the insurance company fucked up and didn't make us pay for like 3 months on something, and then they were like, oh, okay, you have to pay $8,000 this week.
You were like, excuse the fuck out of me?
And so when my sister went to get this, like the personal loan, you have to have some type of leverage on the loan. You can't just be like, thanks for the loan, goodbye. It's like, you know, you got to put a lien on your car or I guess collateral or something.
Yeah,
like
there has to be something that if you don't pay the money, they get something back.
So for the bank that, you know, our company runs our account through and gets our loans through, you know, trucks themselves are the collateral. Because, you know, they are worth more than the loans that we are getting. Yeah. Because some of the money is coming from them. They pay like 85%. We have to find that rest of 15%. My sister didn't know this, and she works at the bank that's giving the like personal loan, and she went into this loan and they thought that they were getting the truck as collateral, and you can't
lien the same thing on multiple
exactly
loans.
Two different places cannot have the same item as collateral. And she had previously been like, you know, if this doesn't work, then I'll leave my house. And we thought that was because she put a lien on her house as collateral for the loan. Yeah. And it wasn't because of that. It was just because if it was financially viable, they I guess, wouldn't have a backup plan. But my dad and I thought that, you know, she said that because she liened her house. Yeah. Well, she didn't. And the CFO of the bank location and, like, the like, Bowling Green branches fucking lit her up. Because he is her loan officer as well as the CFO of this location, and he's her boss.
Yeah.
And when he found out that, like, that's how she tried to get the loan, not realizing that that's what she did, she immediately was like, well, my dad didn't tell me.
Oh my god.
She called my dad and was like, I'm having heart palpitations. She also called us the other day because my niece goes to like a daycare every day. And we didn't know exactly what happened initially. You know, something happened at the daycare, and my sister called my dad. He had it on speakerphone, and I was like right next to him. And she was like, Dad, they hurt Rowan. And we were like, oh, fuck. Because, like, you know, in recent years, like, whenever there's a daycare story about some type of daycare professional abusing a child, like, it really blows up. And we were like, oh, shit. Did they, like, beat this 2-year-old girl? My dad was like, did they, like, break, like, a bone or something? Like, well... And she goes...
Jesus fucking Christ.
She was like, they left her in her diaper too long.
Oh my god.
And we were like, sorry, what? And she was like, they didn't change her diaper. And her poop just like crusted over, and I was like, oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, that's a diaper rash.
Yeah, but
Deal with.
and I was like, okay, that's wrong, but
Yeah.
oh, good lord, I thought that was so much worse.
Yeah.
And
there's,
when we
there's
told
this
her,
nifty fucking thing called baby powder for explicitly that.
when I told her,
And baby powder.
when I told her that we thought that there was like a really big issue, and she was like, that is a big issue. She's like, I could have sued them.
No,
and I was like,
no lawyer is going.
Well,
to
no,
take this case.
technically, it is an abuse case because they left her in there. They left her in the diaper long enough for it crusted over on her, which is like a very long amount of time. And I think technically it is like neglect and abuse because, obviously you are not paying attention to this child if it is like this for as long as it was.
I don't know the legal ramifications or ends of it.
At
But
least
I highly doubt there's a good case here.
I have not looked into it, but like my sister said she looked into it and was like, there is a legal case. But also my sister, as I'm saying this, she is
a buffoon.
I'll be honest, your sister I don't trust.
She's a bad actor. We can't guarantee her. Good lord, this really dodgy.
Shadow, what is your end goal here? Are you just trying to get yourself killed?
Because you're trying to get to the end, but you're going to fight a boss, and you're losing a lot of essence.
It's going great.
Oh,
and
bro,
God.
I thought he died there.
Yeah, as the poison there.
Oh. Save a clip. I know what I'm doing.
I was doing fine until you guys started interrupting.
This is clip
yeah,
for sure. Give us like a full minute so we can
I got 3 minutes.
Back. Yeah. The fucking build. I just kept watching and I was like, at some point he needs to deal with these enemies or the poison. You just kept aggroing more.
I just shouldn't have stopped to get that
yeah, you
bug.
definitely greeted on pausing to kill the bug.
I shouldn't have stopped to kill the bug that I didn't even need because I never. I don't even know. I don't know what item it gives, but I never once have used it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So.
I
didn't need that. But clearly, this is a good. This is a good addition to my route. Because I got how many?
Yeah, you got hella items.
Yeah, 6 smithing stone 4s. So that's the first. That's 2 levels. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm imagining I won't be able to get enough for the next level, but
probably not. But even still, getting 2 more hit on your sword is pretty slick.
And it's like I could have gone slower and just killed the enemies. I just don't really need to. As long as I don't,
I would say, honestly, as long as you don't step on the 2 poison pods on the next go around, so you're not being poisoned constantly.
Yeah, the poison was rough. I might say I want to
kill the little boys when you see them.
I don't know about that.
But I think the big dudes we don't necessarily.
The big dudes I definitely don't need to care about.
But I think these guys, they're probably not a huge issue.
It's just they're annoying.
They were the thing that got you in the end.
They do have
the poison pods. No.
Or I carry an antidote to poison. That could be the other solution. But yeah, I just gotta run through, because there are a lot of poison pots. I just gotta run through and get the item, or get the. I don't even need the somber stones, frankly.
Yeah.
And then I can ignore the enemies because I'll just take the elevator and leave them behind. I can ignore these enemies, certainly. Did I pull it? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Kind of want to find out what that item is. But I don't think it's a smithing stone, so... This is one of those games like Dark Souls 3 where it's hard to find the poison remedy.
Oh, and in the clip, we'll get to hear Digger talking about old poopy diaper.
Yeah, I was low-key like, oh, maybe not 3 minutes.
Too late. 3 minutes it is. Okay, grab these items. Grab... I may not need whatever that item was, but I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention.
I mean,
If
it's
it's
not
a
like
4,
you're having fear for your life.
If it's a
Souls.
If it's a 4, I need it. If it's not a 4, I don't need it.
Wow, 7,000 souls. That's a big enemy.
Ooh, soft cotton.
Look how close I was to the... See, look, there's the Graces right here, and then there's another elevator. So if I just ignore the enemies, I can just walk right on past.
Yeah, true.
And we'll see how many smithing stones I get in the rest of this.
And at that point, you can decide if you need to go back as well.
I tell you what, though, I'm not... When I get to the point where you have those like, mother bats, I'm gonna fuck right off. Because those things are a menace.
Where they sing at you and then fuck around.
Yeah, when they hit you with the singing, I mean, that'll nuke me right down. Golden rune. Oh. Probably want to deal with these bats. Because they fly.
I enjoy that you switch target with every swing. I mean, you just fucking cut every bat once.
Down here is a stone. Yeah, see, the first bat is right up there, and there's no way. After that, I'm done. Yeah, this is a somber stone. Don't need that. And those guys will leave you alone if you don't take their gym things.
There's mining it up.
I mean, I could just avoid the mama bats as well.
Oh, this is a 4. So even if there was one in that huge poison room, you could dodge it for this guy.
There's a couple more on the way. I could just look up what it is, but... One, two...
Got another 4.
2 more. So it's 4 left. 3, 4. Only need 2 more. This bitch will poison you and grab you. And then sing at you. While she summons a horde of...
good is if you're going to, grab yourself some anti-poison. Oh, Jesus Christ. Grab yourself some anti-poison. In anticipation of just being in there, you have some for...
Also, I have the wolves.
Yeah.
I could have pulled out the wolves. I think, what did I say? I only needed 2 more. I think I can do it. I mean, certainly I'm not gonna fight the 2 bats, the 2 mama bats, because that one, I can potentially kill it before it, I can stun it, and then it won't, like, fly up, and I can potentially kill it without, We're on a fact-finding mission. You guys fuck off. Obviously, in practice, I would kill all these bats on the way because they fly and they can just follow me.
Yo, did you guys hear about that, that was like a possible Trump VP? That is probably no longer a possible Trump VP?
The lady who shot her dog?
Yes.
No, I didn't hear about her. Okay, imagine that we just... I mean, will they fly up? Are they...
Noah, do you know what we're talking about?
Look at this. They don't fly
sorry,
up.
I wasn't listening. I was watching something.
Look, they're bats, but they don't fly.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I probably wouldn't try it, but
The South Dakota governor wrote a book in which she did a moral of a story in which she shot her dog.
What?
it's like a bad hunting dog trying to take it out back.
It's like they bought a dog for her daughter. She talked about in the book that she hated that dog. The dog attacked one of their goats. They had to put down the goat, and then she took the dog out to like a quarry near their house and shot it in the head and said, "Sometimes you just gotta put that dog down when it doesn't do its job right," or something along those lines.
All right,
For
look at
me,
that.
this fall.
We got our 6.
And everyone was like,
number 4.
and everyone was like, "Are you a fucking psychopath? What is wrong with you?"
You know what else I can do while I'm here? So there's 7 4s before we hit
there we go. So, yeah,
no,
if
that was
the
7.
poison room, was necessary, we could now skip it.
Right. Yeah. And now that I'm here, I can go ahead and...
What, snipe them?
Where the hell is the ladder? Whatever. Okay. I'm going to check what this item is, because I never want to risk jumping it. Even though it seemed really trivial from that angle. Okay, it's just a 5. But also, when I actually do the jump, it seems trivial, so... Alright. So now we know. So we're going to have an even better run next time.
Yeah.
Alright, well this is annoying. I was about to quit out. But now I gotta wait. So that was 51 minutes. I believe I can get... all the way up to Smithing Stone 5s in an hour. I mean, I definitely can, because that was actually an hour and 1 minute after my multiple reloads. We're really hammering out what the run is. I mean, it's an hour of basically just farming up items, but or collecting items. No.
So,
Can
no,
you guys
did
see
you
me?
watch Hunter vs. Hunter? Oh, sorry, Shadow.
Can you? Well, I guess you can't because you're in the. Never mind.
Yeah, Digger, Jesus.
We're at 50. This is the lucky number.
Oh, are you still going?
What?
Are you still going?
What do you mean, is he still going?
It's only 9:54.
Oh, sorry. I guess when you said you were finished, I didn't realize you just like that run.
I mean, that run was definitely done. He was just finished testing.
Ah.
Yeah, I was checking out what items were available there. Okay, let's see if we can kill the grafted scion this time. The problem is I can't kill the grafted scion, because if you kill the grafted scion, then you have to kill yourself to get to the next area. So it would invalidate the run.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, if you kill the grafted scion, you have to jump off a cliff, and then you get the died message. And then it takes
says you died when you walk through that, and it does the drops you off.
If you fall off a cliff, yes. Well, sorry. If you fall off a cliff, not in this battle, like after I kill the scion. If I then jumped off the cliff.
Can't be right.
I mean, I guess... Well, we're not gonna find out now.
Well, you might still, but I'll look it up.
I mean, I guess I know if you jump off a cliff outside of this room, it says you died because I tested it. But I guess I haven't tested. I know that you have to kill yourself after you kill the grafted scion because I saw someone do a video. But I guess I don't know for sure that killing the grafted scion and then kill yourself will produce the death message. I guess really it doesn't matter. Like, I wouldn't say the run doesn't count if I killed the grafted scion. Because you do, I mean, you die anyway, let's be honest. Your health bar goes to 0.
Oh, it does say you died. Interesting.
Yeah, told you.
I just assumed it wouldn't, given it doesn't say it when you get killed there.
You don't really get killed there. It just leaves you at like 0.001 health.
Oh, you're a silly person.
Well, it needs a little bit of live limbs to do the grafting with, you know.
Yeah.
If you were all dead,
a little bit of blood still.
Yeah, you could only be mostly dead.
Yeah.
Mostly dead is somewhat alive.
Yeah.
Look at this bitch.
Sometimes you just need like a miracle.
What the hell? Why did I do so much more damage that time?
Well, you didn't. Just the last couple of times you've not crit him. You've just hit him and then hit him and then hit him.
Oh, I see. Well, this is much quicker.
But Noah, did you ever watch Hunter x Hunter?
No, Digger. And
I got
wish
it!
you'd stop asking me.
Did you see that, Noah?
I did. Digger,
You're
that's
telling me-
called optimal gameplay.
You never watched that?
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
I think you'd enjoy it. But it is long. So it's gonna, if you ever do decide to.
Nope.
I'll have to be during like
Nope.
summer. But
Nope.
hey, you're probably gonna watch it eventually.
I mean, definitely gonna watch it eventually. I actually started an anime last night for seemingly no reason. I have no idea why.
Interesting. What was it?
The Promised Neverland.
Oh, that sounds so familiar. Is that on Netflix?
No, it's on Crunchyroll. I saw a YouTube video where someone was giving like a summary of it, and I was like, this seems kind of interesting, so I just started watching it. It's got 2 seasons, 12 episodes per season. Both are on Crunchyroll.
The one with like adopted children or something like that. And
Yep. It's children at an orphanage, or I guess
They
not.
found out that
Whatever the hell. They're actually just
it's not
being
really
raised
what
as
it
food
seems.
for demons.
Oh,
So it's a farm for human flesh. And right now they're just trying to escape. At this point, the main characters, they've been indoctrinated that they're not allowed to go near like the fence or the gate because it's bad things out there. And then they hopped the fence and went a little bit further, and they found this huge concrete wall that's many meters tall. And they were like, "Oh shit, let's go and deal with this." And so they've planned an escape. They're doing something. One of the kids, who's going to be shipped away soon, ran and climbed the wall to see what's on the other side. And they were all like trying to get him to escape and run away. And then he came back to the building, just kind of sad. And they were like, "What are you doing? Why didn't you escape? We need you to live for all of us." And he just was kind of sad because he went to their caretaker and just accepted his fate. They were
damn.
like, "What happened?" And he was like, "Well, I climbed the wall, and I know we could see there were trees on the other side of the wall. It turns out that the trees that we could see were across a fucking canyon. So there's this huge, like, 50-foot gap between the top of the wall and the actual ground on the other side that descends into who knows how deep. And that was where I stopped watching last night and went to bed. I watched like 9 episodes yesterday. So I'm gonna watch some more tonight. Finish season 1. Probably not start season 2 because I actually want to try and get to sleep at a reasonable time today.
Yeah.
I ended up going to sleep at like 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. And it was not great, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Having to wake up this morning and study all day, I was just very tired. But tomorrow should be a lot lighter studying, which is nice, because we're just going to do practice questions, as opposed to actually reviewing all the material and then doing practice questions.
Yeah.
Since it was over the most recent exam, and we can't be asked to re-review everything that we studied a week ago for.
I know, what's its name?
Justin?
Oh no,
Justin.
Hunter x Hunter.
I'm
it's
not gonna
probably,
watch it, Digger. Jesus.
well, I'm just saying it's that because it's like it's probably never gonna finish, which is disappointing. Which it's weird because like there was a whole arc that you could be like, yeah, that ended the show, and then essentially I think there's got to be at least 100 episodes of this show, but the main character's whole goal in the story is to find his dad. He wants to meet his dad.
Yeah.
His dad is like a legendary adventurer, like a hunter. And then he meets him like at the end of this like specific arc. And I was like, oh, I guess that's it. And I found out that the manga had like more stuff, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll check it out. And it turns out they fight like these like existential threats at the end of the like big arc that I thought was the finale. And there's a crazy power creep at the end. You're like, whoa. And then in the next arc, they're like, oh yeah, our like 6 continents that we live on are actually just in a giant lake. And we're surrounded by something called the Dark Continent. And that is where unholy monstrosities live. And only 3 humans to ever go there have returned. And anybody who's ever returned has brought like one of these 4 horrific things that have led to countless dead. And those are like average things in the Dark Continent. And you're like, oh, interesting. And I don't know, I think maybe the guy's like sick or something. He's old, but he like started up this new arc, wrote like 30 chapters, and stopped.
Maybe he's just a bitch. Would you consider that?
Possibly. I think he might be one. What's going on?
You kidding me, you bastard? Hit the damn statue. That's more like it. Beast liver. I'm sure that'll be important later.
Oh, also Noah, there's a character.
No, Digger, I'm not gonna watch it. Jesus.
There's a character called Netero, I think his name is, and he pretty much like leads the association. It's like the big, like they pretty much control. It's like the Hunters Association. They send out the hunters to deal with like, big threats. And the dude passes away, and his son comes out of nowhere and is like, "I'm going to the Dark Continent," and the entire like board at the Hunters Association that worked under him were like, "He doesn't have a son," and then they see the video and like, "Oh fuck, he looks exactly like him," and then they're like, "Hey guys, I have a video to play for you, only an event of his passing," and he goes, "Hey everybody. Okay, so I do have a son, and when I die, he's going to go to the Dark Continent." And they're like, "Well, wait, what? Excuse us?" And in the video, he's like, "I told him that he couldn't go until after. Good luck." And I'm just like, God, what a fucking asshole to be like, "You can go once I'm gone. I don't want to deal with you, but my successor can deal with it." There's a new what is it? The Reincarnated as a Slime season.
Bro, you cap as fuck.
No, it's got like 4 episodes out or something.
Bro, you cap as fuck. Hold up.
Also, Irregular in High School got another season, like a third season, and I'm surprised. I didn't even know if it was going to get a second season, and for a third season to come out closer to the second season than the first season was to the second season.
Did you even watch the second season?
Probably not. I believe the second season was like an American exchange student who also a military member comes over to Japan.
I watched the first season and thought, well, this was an interesting show, and like that was it. Yeah, I only saw season 1. What the fuck?
There is way too much incestuous lust in that show.
Incredibly uncomfortable now. Like
it doesn't make sense why there is so much of that in there.
Bro, what the fuck? Shadow.
Dude, it's the third season, and I think there's been a movie. Like there's a lot of content from this show. A show in which I just didn't think was going to go far, specifically because of the weird incestuous relationship between 2 main characters.
I agree. Shadow. Why in the sweet fuck have you not told me about the new season of the time I got reincarnated as a slime? That was your job.
That's something that you have to discover for yourself. I can't tell you. Or rather, I could tell you.
I'm glad you got killed by the abductor.
I could tell you, but it's like... have you read Aragon?
Yeah.
You know when Aragon is like, hey, could you use magic to make my dragon bigger like Galbatorix did? And Ormus was like, I could, but then she wouldn't have like grown into it, and she wouldn't know how her body works. Like she would be ungainly. So I'm not going to. That's like what it is. I could tell you about the new season, but you wouldn't be able to handle it as well as if you discover it on your own.
You know what? Understandable. Have a good day, sir.
There needs to be another Noah guarantee that leads to a death, and then when it happens, you gotta say, "This is for slime," or just say it's slime time as he does.
Oh, he's gonna ask me like one question later. He's gonna forget about some bullshit in like Volcano Manor. He'll be like, "Am I okay to do this?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Remember when I stood looking over that that hole in the floor
Somehow.
in Raya Lucaria, and I was like, is that going to kill me? And then I dropped into it, and it was like 6 feet.
And I was like, I guarantee it's gonna kill you.
It looked like there was a tiny fucking candle like in the distance, or like it looked like there was a fire in the distance, but it turned out it was a tiny candle on the floor.
A very small light that looked like it was so far away, but it was just a small.
Don't forget to buy your lamp.
I love lamp.
Well, shit, we have a problem.
What?
Well, I didn't kill Margaret, which means I don't have any souls.
Did you buy your lamp?
I bought my lamp, but I couldn't.
You're welcome.
Ugh. But I couldn't buy the Smithing Stone 2s. I might not need them.
You get plenty of them in New Lake.
If I find all the right spots. But there's a lot of spots, and sometimes I forget one, and I'm like, okay, which place haven't I been to?
Is this because you do so many Deathless runs?
Honestly, it's because there are too many spots, and they all look the same. It's all like these little I don't know what to call these stone structures, gazebos. These stone gazebos.
That actually is the word I was about to use.
I mean, I think it's the right word. I think that's exactly what it is. But yeah. Honestly, I'm a little nervous because I also haven't leveled up any health. And oh, fuck you, Millennia.
You should be building for the one-shot kill build.
I'm not going to the round table hold until I can level my sword up to +8. Anyway, I don't have any souls, so... You wouldn't set me on fire. And I haven't leveled up any health, so one good hit by like a crab might one-shot me. I'm not sure. It would be very close. Okay.
I'll be back in a little bit.
No.
I just tried to pause his stream like it was a YouTube video.
Wait a while.
I'll pick it up where I left off.
There doesn't seem to be any, I thought there might be like a time limit on my YouTube videos, like, you know, like they would expire at some point, the live ones that are automatically created. But there's still ones from October, so seemingly not. You guys can watch my first Dark Souls 2 Deathless run. Okay, you actually can't because I didn't have the streams at that point. I think you guys saw it in person though, so.
Yeah.
You didn't see the very first one. That was the one where I immediately attacked those little dudes with my fists. And you didn't see my first Elden Ring Deathless runs. Oh no, we've done a little reversal where for the longest time I was fighting my heater. It would like turn on and get too hot, then I would turn it off and it would get too cold.
Yeah.
Like whenever the heater was on, the hot air was killing me. But if I didn't have it on, the whole apartment was cold, and now it's the opposite. It gets hot in here, but the second the air conditioner turns on, it blows right in my face, and I was shivering. Land squirt ashes.
Turn on the light. Be right back.
Nice. 4 maps at once.
They sir, but you, I can play turning to aid you. You need her to the foot.
You know,
Then it's
this is a weird thing to be seeing. It's almost like the run ended or something while I was away. What happened, Shadow? The silence is deafening.
I got absolutely rumbled by that dude in the Blood Church in Laerny of the Lakes.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, or the other dude that was accompanying him. I don't know. Either way. Yeah, there are two things that really bug me about this game. The first is that the sites of grace continue to direct you on even after you've completed the objective that they're pointing you towards.
Yeah.
Super annoying. The other is that when you're in like an area where you can't teleport out, there's a tiny little red line through the site of grace on the map, and it's just so hard to see. Bugs me every time. I have to like zoom in to if I'm trying to figure out whether I'm in a non-teleportable area. And that's all I can say about Elden Ring problems, which is high praise.
Yeah. I'll tell you what grief I can give Elden Ring. Anytime I'm watching someone play it, I have this fucking weirdo who keeps asking me about Hunter x Hunter. That's
yeah. I can see how that would be annoying. Okay, I got to the Blood Church in 28 minutes. We're going to beat that this time. Actually, we're probably not going to because I spent a little bit of time on my phone. But, maybe. Remind me to go by the graveyard. I forgot to get the graveyard this last time, and that's why I didn't have all the runes I needed. You know how you could attack me? I bet if you knock down this statue, that would show me my place. You piece of shit. Do your job. Sure. Well, that was just rude. We're never gonna make it now on time. Alright. Back on track. With the runes. No, do you know how much the... Yeah, it probably doesn't matter. Do you know how much that... Do you know how much that rune is that you get when you... If you get the starting item that just gives you runes? Do you know how much it is?
Not a clue.
It's probably not really that significant. Couple levels, maybe.
I doubt it's much.
I mean, compared to like what I'm doing, where I'm like, I just got that graveyard in 13 minutes. Holy shit! Holy shit! No, we're so far behind. Oh, that didn't help. The problem with new routes is you get you mess up your rhythm. Gotta learn new tricks. But in the long run, this will help me out. God, imagine not being able to kill one of those dudes in 2 hits.
Not me. Couldn't be me.
I feel like Elden Ring is a lot less prone to have like your sword, bounce off a wall on the swing and not hit anything. Although that may just be because it's a lot more of an open world, so not as many times where I'm in tight quarters. Where that kind of thing happens. But I mean, if that's the, I guess either way, it's a solution. Go into Irony of the Lakes. Oh, Irony of the Lakes. It's too bad you can't like break down smithing stones. Imagine if instead of running around Liurnia, I could just go straight to that mine and get an extra smithing stone 4 and break it down into like 20 smithing stone 2s.
It would be nice. The luxury.
At a certain point, you stop needing like 12 of them, right? Like you only need 1 smithing stone 9, right?
I don't remember.
I don't.
That might be a true statement.
I didn't look it up. I didn't look it up, but I saw like I've been watching a lot of Elden Ring like challenge videos and stuff, and like no one ever explicitly says, "Hey, I just need this 1 smithing stone 9 and 7 and 8," but the way they refer to them kind of makes it sound like they just need the 1. So, maybe. Okay, so now I have some runes to play with. So I'll buy Just go ahead and buy everything. Probably not going to come into play. Spend the rest on levels just because. Oh, fucking Melania.
Forgive me. To determine if you have. It seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering.
Sure. Let's go to the round table hold.
Read it, my name isn't this around. I never knew, although I'm still looking.
Was there Dark Souls 1 where you could upgrade armor?
Yes, I believe so.
It kind of makes sense because it had the least amount of equipment overall.
You're telling me? I don't believe. If I do, I suppose I'll ask. Certainly, I know I can tell.
Because in the other games, you would just, you could just find like there were like 50 armor sets. You would just always upgrade to the next armor set. All right. All right. We're on our way. Would like to get some more health going on, but
Got through my own Deathless run. You feel me?
Yum, 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 yum.
No, did you watch that video I sent you, was like yesterday, 2 days ago? Of, Keon Coleman?
I don't remember you sending me shit, I'll be honest. No, I didn't watch this. Let me watch this now.
oh, wait a minute. There's an item there. I mean, just one item. Never noticed it. Definitely don't need it. Guess I can use it for my bow.
No, I highly recommend the clip I sent you.
I have another gripe. When those fucking messages pop up, like that one just did, the like informational messages like, hey, you used a swordstone key. And they don't go away until you like hit X or something to make them go away. And while they're up, you can't like do anything. You can't jump, you can't attack.
That may have been the best interview I've ever seen.
It's not even the interview, though. He sat down before the press conference and just started talking.
That may have been the best thing I've ever seen. Man, that was the most shooting the shit conversation I've ever heard.
So, in the beginning, that guy played at Michigan. And he said, I could give you a million guesses. You'll never guess where I got it from. And that guy was like, Tom Izzo, trying to make a joke, because Tom Izzo is the men's basketball coach at Michigan State, which is a rival. And he looks at him and goes, what? No, Macy. And it was so delightful. I heard someone talk about that, and And he was like, everybody loves this type of guy. He not only knows where the deals are, but is willing to tell you where the deals are, and even offer to take you where the deals are. Because in that, he looks at that guy, he goes, yo, I'm gonna put you on. He goes, you should come get some. He's like, yo, I'll take you there.
Yeah, I gotta go again anyway. I need to get a couple more colors.
79, 89, get that trench coat for 100. I was like, hell yeah. Shadow, there was an NFL rookie wide receiver. He's kind of sat down for a press conference, and it's freaking beginning of May, like start of summer, and he's wearing a thick like puffer jacket, and I guess someone commented on it, and he goes thought process of, buy winter coats in the summer. You gotta buy like clothes 2 seasons before it's in because you get those discounts. And he's like, my mama taught me that. And it's he's just a delightful man to listen to talk.
I feel that.
And oh yeah, at the end he just goes, he starts hitting on the microphone and goes, "Is this thing on? Are we starting?"
Can you all hear me?
Oh man. My parents were watching Wheel of Fortune.
Shit. Well, oh, there they are.
In it,
Nope, that's the wrong one.
one of the contestants was a dude who, when prompted, the whoever the guy who runs Wheel of Fortune is like, and we were told that your daughter's name is Vanna, which is like the woman who hits the tiles to pull the letters up in Wheel of Fortune.
Sure.
Well, her name is Vanna. And like her and the dude who've been running the show, they've been doing it for like 30 years.
Pat
And the guy was like, yeah, Pat Sajak. And he was like, yeah, we love the show so much. We did name our daughter after Vanna. And I was like, maybe it's just me. That's kind of weird. Because then they like brought the daughter on the show. And she's like this 11-year-old girl. And maybe even younger. They did like a 30-second interview about, is she proud of her dad? I was like, what's going on? But maybe this is a Wheel of Fortune thing. That like I'm not in the culture.
The Wheel of Fortune culture.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I see like an article about like some random, like a fucking news article that's like, last night's Wheel of Fortune brought, ire to the viewers because they made this bad call when someone, said the correct answer, but they didn't take it. And I was like, what the fuck? People are that or Jeopardy.
Yeah. I saw one, like a little headline about one of the Wheel of Fortune episodes where they're like, people are up in arms. Woman's like sarcastic or snippy response to Pat Sajak. And it's like, and Pat Sajak stands up for himself. And then I saw the clip and I was like, this is really minimal tension here. Like, there's not any type of genuine...
I haven't even watched it, but I'm going to assume it's just like mild banter is honestly what I'm assuming it's going to be.
Yeah.
I believe it was something along the lines of, like, she didn't get the puzzle and she makes a comment about like the difficulty of it in like a half joking, half like that was a really hard puzzle. Like, what'd you expect? Or like, what'd you expect me to do? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, said something along the lines of like, I don't know, like somebody else could have gotten it right.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
if you were a woman, you might have known this.
Good God.
Oh, was that a little too far on the not playful end of things?
I don't know. It just felt. I just imagining it being said. I'm like, oh,
just live on the air.
Don't do this.
I decided to order some Wendy's. I don't know why. I just was like, you know what? I want to get some Wendy's. So far I've had 3 different Dashers from DoorDash go to Wendy's and then drop the order. So I'm curious when one of them's going to eventually send me a message and tell me what the fuck is going on at Wendy's.
Wendy's is under fire right now.
They're taking our hands.
The thing is, it's not like they get right to Wendy's and then immediately drop it. So it's not like Wendy's is closed right now. They get there, they're there for like 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so, and then they drop it. So something happens where they arrive, they wait for my order, question mark, question mark, question mark, they leave. And someone else picks up.
I'm sorry, have you been waiting on Wendy's for like multiple, like an hour?
It's got to at least be an hour.
For an hour?
Yeah. Been about an hour now.
Is it still not done?
No. Emmanuel's currently waiting at Wendy's.
Interesting.
Seems like the order got lost in the system or something, and they're just giving up when it never appears.
I don't know. I'm curious. I can't cancel it because DoorDash is like, well, you've already put your order in. And I'm like, all right.
You already paid us, no refunds.
Going to message me and figure this out. And then none of them are messaging me, so I'm just like, all right.
They're like, it's not here yet. Have you gone inside to ask? Well, I mean...
I don't really feel like doing that.
Didn't John Oliver, like, a whole special about, like, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and stuff like that?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember, but...
He did, yeah.
I want to say it was something along the lines of, like, the fees are of an unnaturally high rate for, like, what the service is, and then it's, like, the tips that go to the drivers are, like, all they get, and, you know, it's a bad pay system for the drivers.
Well, and also they lose money. Like, DoorDash is losing money.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the business model doesn't work.
How does that? What?
So, I mean, seemingly they just keep saying, you know, it's gonna turn around, you know, soon.
Just wait until we put ads on here.
Yeah, more and more fees.
How it's not a feasible model.
I mean,
because DoorDash, it feels like it's such a high fee for delivery.
It's a very high fee. It's a very high fee. But I guess if I don't know.
My only guess for why it's not like as feasible, possibly like the Dash Pass is essentially like Movie Pass. Like, you know, if you are doing this frequently and you have the Dash Pass, which is like a $10 a month subscription, and you order DoorDash a whole bunch, then it's like the Dash Pass combined with the decrease in each delivery fee makes it a net negative.
Maybe.
Yeah. Uh-oh. The lobsters are awake.
I mean, or... Yeah. I bet like in New York City it works out, but you know, overall, like across their entire area, there are like a lot of, like, you know, I ordered DoorDash to my mom's house, and like KFC is like, you know, 15 or 20 minutes away, and the driver like drove 15 minutes to get there and then 15 minutes to get to us, you know, and they didn't really charge that much extra for the service fee. I'm like, maybe in order for it to be economical for the driver, they had to pay the driver this much. whatever.
Emmanuel's still there, just holding the fort.
Chugging along.
Yeah, well, he's not chugging anywhere. He's holding the fort.
Chugging along in the fort. Okay, have I found all the smithing stone 3s? No. No, I haven't.
Noah.
Who's messaging right
Emmanuel.
now? No, it's not Emmanuel. It's one of my classmates. What the fuck is this question?
Say, if it's not my Wendy's order, fuck off.
Half-Life. I want to do 4 to 5 Half-Lives. So it would be B. Alright. The answer is... Okay, good. So that's what the answer is. Why did she even send this?
Maybe she's one more than just studying.
Oh, shit. Huh. I didn't even know you could fail.
He said, I heard those club thumbs can work a joystick.
Alright, I hated everything about that.
As I said it, I was like, this feels so much. Oh, shit.
Be quiet.
He said, I heard those club thumbs can work a joystick.
The line is nuts. Just 2 cars ahead now. Oh, so it's just a crazy line. Sounds good. Thank you. Exclamation.
Oh, wait, Louisville Eastern time zone. How nuts is it at 11 o'clock at night?
I don't know. I've never ordered Wendy's at this time. And
It's
I
like,
started the order at 10.
I'm sorry, what so this is like you order it and then they go
I guess.
They
I guess
go
they have to go. This is weird.
They have to go through the
They're
drive-thru
having
instead
to
of
go.
pick up.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I bet like Wendy's probably doesn't have it. Well, I don't know. Wendy's has a mobile app, but they probably are not connected to DoorDash. Like,
Yeah, probably. They probably have their own, proprietary service.
that was another thing on the John Oliver especially. It was like, yeah, DoorDash is pulling this bullshit. Like, they're listing places that they can deliver from without telling the
Oh my
without
gosh,
telling the
that's
company, is like places that are not equipped to like do a a delivery, like they don't package stuff in such a way that it can be safely delivered.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I will take the
DoorDash.
finest
I remember,
fragile Chinese.
There was like one of the podcasts I listened to. One of the hosts talked about how he read a book on like modern financing of companies, and essentially there are a lot of companies in the modern era that are just trying to find a way to find a good idea that can draw people in for an IPO, and then do an IPO. They make $1 billion on the IPO, and then just
And then it doesn't
get
really
rich
pan
quick.
out.
And then it
But they're
doesn't
gone.
matter.
They're just
Yeah,
sleeping.
exactly.
Yeah,
It
look.
doesn't matter if the company just falls apart, as long as they get the IPO and they draw in that huge amount of cash on the front end. Like, it doesn't matter if the company is successful afterwards, because
His
like
start. What time is it? Where are we
Morning.
at? So it's morning.
Yeah, they don't fucking wake up. Now we have a problem because I don't have. I'm missing a smithing stone 3. Where the hell? See there again. Where didn't I go? What didn't I get?
Uh-oh, Digger. Uh-oh. You didn't do the beasts.
Yeah, but they didn't have a smithing stone 3, did they?
But there might have been a smithing stone up there somewhere.
Well, I passed right by it. I mean, I came from there. See, the problem is you can't. There's some of these gazebos appear on the map like these ones, but some of them do not appear on the map even when they're like in a like if there was one there might be one right here that just doesn't show up even though it's not like covered by trees or anything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I know where to get one, but
God, Emmanuel's gonna get an extra dollar on his tip when he gets me my food.
only $1.
that feels like a similar vibe too, and they all run together because of how many Deathless runs they do. $1.50. Ah!
50? Jesus, Digger, what do you think this is? I'm not
What is-
rich.
God, I did not watch enough South Park, but I feel like there was a joke about the Loch Ness Monster winning $3.50.
I have literally no fucking clue what you're talking about. As someone who doesn't know South Park anything really either, just the Loch Ness Monster wanting $3.50 is a wild statement.
I believe the chef character his name was Chef. You remember that, correct? That
No, I didn't watch South Park.
really? I guess I maybe watched like the equivalent of one in high school.
I've not even watched that much. I've watched a couple episodes, and by that I mean I've watched a couple clips from a couple of episodes.
Yeah. Well, do you remember a character that is literally a chef? Like he wears a chef hat. He's a
but I
black.
can envision it.
He's a large black bearded man with a chef hat, who I believe like is the chef at their school, and they call him Chef.
He's the lunch man.
And I believe Chef tells a story, because I think I saw a compilation on YouTube, ironically, where you have your only South Park knowledge, of him talking about the Loch Ness Monster always coming around to him, asking for $3.50. And he goes, Loch Ness Monster always coming around trying to ask me for $3.50. And goes, I'm not giving you any $3.50, Loch Ness Monster. That type of shit. I don't know why it is a recurring joke, but I think it happened a lot.
So,
and
what's happening with you?
I'm looking up where all these smithing stones are. 3, 6, 9.
It wasn't even a good joke, and I had to explain so much.
Yeah,
3, 6,
you
9,
definitely
12.
went long explaining it.
Okay.
Well, the problem was you knew absolutely nothing of the reference, and I thought South Park was famous enough, especially when we were of the age when South Park was popular, most popular at least. I thought you would have a reference.
Shadow knows what you're talking about, though, don't you, Shadow?
Why not? Shadow watches Bones.
I think
Shadow,
South Park is
I forgot you watch Bones.
absolute trash.
It's no Rizzoli and Isles, am I right, Shadow?
I absolutely
He's
hate.
also a fan of that.
Here it is. Here it is. I missed it. See, this one doesn't appear on the map. Okay.
Where are you at?
Hold on. I had to. Hold on. I'm being chased. Yep. Hold on. I'll show you where it is when I am alive.
That way I can, in the future, when you fuck up again, I can
miss that one. Okay, we all chill? We're not chill. Okay. So it was like right here. It doesn't appear on the map.
Okay. In the cops.
Yep. Alright, time to go to the tunnel. Well, maybe I'll get the divine beasts. I mean, I'll get the wise beasts.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm here.
These are not divine beasts. This is no Zelda game. I forget, Dig. Have you played the Zelda games?
Other than the first Zelda game on the Switch that was like open world, 3D Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I've not played any other than that. I still need to play the follow-up to that, which I've heard is very good. Tears of the Kingdom, that's it.
Yeah, I've never finished that. I was having a blast with it, and then I just stopped.
Yeah, I am in the middle of like 4 different games right now that I need to finish.
I don't know if I'm going to restart it when I play it again, or if I'm just going to try and pick up where I left off.
I'm going to pick up where I left off because I barely started it. I played for one day.
Way deep into it, but it's been so long now that I might as well just like restart. But
okay, where the hell is this other turtle? No, where's the other turtle?
There's the one by the rock that direction. you're looking.
Like up there, I got that one. I got the one on the tree.
You got the one that was on the tree. There's the one down the cliff on the rock below.
Oh, the rock below. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'm in the middle of.
Emmanuel, I'm sorry it's taking so long, bud.
Yes. I got Fallout that I'm playing. I have Persona 4.
I barely know her.
And Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, as well as
You're still playing Rogue Trader?
Yeah, bro. I don't even know if I'm like a third of the way done with that game.
When's the last time you played it?
Weeks ago. We've been playing so much multiplayer stuff that I've not gotten back into it. And, like, different games came out, and
Damn. We should start a Total War campaign. Not tonight.
I'm down to.
Well, actually, what am I talking about? We need to fucking continue our Baldur's Gate game.
Yeah, we also. Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate is another game.
Yeah, like, hold on. We've got a whole ass Baldur's Gate campaign. I wonder if this Wendy's is just closed and people are just sitting in the line.
Well, he said 2 cars up now, implying that there was movement.
Remember?
I'll tell you what the movement is. Me and my dad went to like a McDonald's on Christmas Eve or something one day. It was closed.
What a choice.
We had to do it. We were on a food run because other people wanted food. But we were there, and it was closed, but there was a huge line because people were going up and sitting at the thing trying to order, and they would just sit there for minutes, and then they would leave, and other people would see people sitting there for minutes and think, "Oh boy,
they're ordering."
Yeah, and then they would.
How long did you guys wait?
We sat there for like 15 minutes getting to the speaker.
Oh, I meant like at the speaker.
As soon as we got to the speaker, I said, my dad like pulled up. Nothing said anything. I said, "Is anyone there?" Waited like a few minutes. I said, "All right, bye. We're leaving." And then we fucking left.
It turns out it was open.
Jackass sitting with his car at the window, like that first window where you go to pay, and I could see him like leaning towards the window, looking in the building, making the line even more confused.
Did you circle back around and like tell everybody that there's no one?
He climbed through the window.
No, because people are idiots. They should. Whoever gets there should go, "Hello, question mark, question mark. Is anyone there? Question mark, question mark."
Which I'll be honest, I usually wait when I'm prompted at like any drive-through. I never really think to initiate the conversation. I'm just like, whenever they are ready for me, I will speak.
No, I think that's fine on a normal day, but if you go and you wait, you're not going to wait more than a minute.
I guess that's true. Sure. I've never been like, it's Christmas Eve, I need to get McDonald's.
You don't know what it's like. God, Emmanuel's still there. 12 minutes ago, he messaged me, "This line is nuts."
Okay. Going to the tunnel.
It's probably closed, and he's just been roped into bullshit.
It's crazy you can't cancel your order.
Can I... Hold on, let me just look up if Wendy's is closed. Wendy's. Is the one... No, it says it's open. Okay, it's open until midnight 30. So there's plenty of time.
Wow. I don't know why, but you saying midnight 30 rubbed me the wrong way.
As it should. If you're gonna use midnight, if you're gonna use midnight instead of 12, you gotta say half past midnight.
No, midnight 30. So you don't assume when I say 12:30, you think 12:30 p.m.
No one was assuming Wendy closes at noon.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting noon 30.
Yeah. Noon 30 is way easier off the tongue.
Noon 30 is way more acceptable, yeah.
Yeah, midnight 30 is crazy. I've never said it before, but then I said it now, and I was like,
maybe it's the syllables that add to
I don't know. Because I've never said it before, but even when I said it before you remarked on it, I was like, "That's so weird." I didn't like
like
this very much.
my thumbstick prompt.
Yeah, noon 30. I like that figure of speech.
Okay, if we can get through this
No.
tunnel in 15 minutes, we'll be on time with what I predicted. Although I didn't fight
You
Margaret,
say no,
so
Digger.
Yeah, it's a no.
I like noon 30. I've heard that one before.
I've heard it before. It's
Well-
more acceptable. That one's like quirky. Midnight 30 is just unhinged.
Yeah, there is something wrong with a person who says midnight 30. Just of biblical proportion. Emmanuel, you're holding out like a hero. God, I think we should all chip in. Shadow, give me like $7. Digger, you can give me like 30 cents. And
Thank
I'll
you.
give Emmanuel.
It's tied to network.
$7.50. Yeah, it's tied to network. Digger's getting his first paycheck. You can actually you can float Emmanuel with your first paycheck.
Thank you. I will give you your 30 cents on layaway.
Yeah, we'll put a lean on my Wendy's fries.
That's a smithing stone 5.
We've gone full circle.
Bang, 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 bang.
He's Digger. I've got good news. He's getting back to the area about the diaper story. We can tell
God.
that one again.
Do you like jazz?
You like jazz? You like jazz? Do you like jazz?
I heard, I saw like an interview with Wes Anderson's editor, and in it, he was talking about how, even when we're editing, we make it as best we can, we show it to Wes, and then Wes tells us how we need to edit it again. And it was, we moved to the beat of Wes's metronome inside his head. He was like, that's just how it is. And they said, what exactly is his metronome like? Like, what music can you match that up to? And he was like, well, honestly, I guess it's not exactly a metronome. It's like if you tried to put a metronome in jazz, is how I would describe Wes. And it was just the explanation of all of the stuff that they do in their movies is insane. Because he was talking about having like literal frames out of place, and Wes Anderson just like knew that there was something wrong. Also, did any of you guys watch Asteroid City?
Never heard of it.
No.
No, is this the guy? Is this the guy with the gay cousin?
It's the same guy.
God fucking damn it.
Oh my god, bro! Oh god. So David is the guy, right?
Yeah.
God, Gunners, I can't believe this is your group chat name. Okay.
Gunners.
All right. Well, we're poisoned.
It's me and a
And it's
bunch of black people.
me.
That's the
All
chat.
the
Okay.
people are now.
I was about to ask if you could somehow insert yourself into the black group chat,
No, I definitely can't get into the cookout.
and you said it's called the cookout.
Yeah, that's what the black chat's called.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is chef's kiss.
Yeah, they won't let me in. No matter what. Even if I can somehow get David outed. I don't think I can take his place.
Damn, I bet I can twerk better than him. Oh,
But just these messages, like they sent this earlier today, and I just was laughing about it.
I'll be honest. When he said just got a fresh cut, now it's time to run some errands at Sephora, Ulta. And when I saw Sephora and Ulta, I was like, why is he going to women's beauty product stores? And I was like, oh, he's trying to pick up women at Sephora, Ulta.
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret. Bed Bath & Beyond feels a little out of place.
I love Matthew's advice. You gotta look a little confused too, so the bad bitches can come up and try to help you.
All right.
I enjoy that his Snapchat is literally the exact same as the messages.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 6 4s. We need 6 more. I don't know where that leaves us.
Hoot. God bless.
This doesn't even look like a good fresh cut.
Look, I wasn't going to say anything, but...
bet money, he doesn't even go to a black barber.
No, you
Facts.
fucking...
Facts. I can't imagine that this is... Yo, a black barber would not give him that haircut.
There's not enough wave in his hair.
Okay.
Not even that. He doesn't need waves. I think he would not look... I mean, honestly, waves, overrated. But this specifically...
Absolutely not.
Do you think waves are not overrated?
No, I think waves look good.
For the amount of time it takes to make waves.
I mean, okay, yeah, if you're asking do I think
it's
the
definitely
time
not
investment is worth it, it's no, but do I think they look good? The answer is yes.
As I heard a black man once say, no woman ever saw you with waves and said, that makes the difference.
It was a no till I saw the waves, and I said, count me in.
It's the cut. Low key, I feel like he doesn't go to a black barber. And if he does go to a black barber,
where he goes when I see him on Friday. If he tells me he goes to Cedric, then he's going to the black barber.
Gosh, he's
Cedric,
dead.
by the way, is not only like the accepted like black barber around here. He has a gun and has shot it before outside of his store at something.
No. At someone or in the air? Was it like a warning shot or was it legit like, I'm coming to take heads?
Oh, it was a warning shot, but it was not in the air. It was at the ground.
Okay.
And more specifically, it was at the ground at the feet of the guy.
Still dangerous. That concrete ricochet is a real...
Oh, yeah. But that's just how Cedric do.
When you said not in the air, I low-key was like, he couldn't have shot past him. Because that feels really dangerous.
No. If he shot past him as a warning shot, that means he missed and tried to frame it as it was a warning shot.
They were standing face to face and he put it next to his ear and...
Yeah. It was a warning shot to any others. Oh, Emmanuel got it. Oh, Emmanuel,
this man deserves $2 or $3.
I'm ready for this man. I'm ready for this man to say that he goes to, like, supercuts.
Oh, he goes to supercuts is insane.
That is not a great lineup. The fade is not good. First of all,
the fade is good for sure.
It's like the fade is not very good. I don't even know what to call like the little line that's cut out.
The stripe.
Like, yeah, the stripe where like the part is, I guess.
Yeah.
Not really, but like yeah. So the stripe doesn't look very good. The angle of it, whack.
The angle is that's a weird like 15-degree angle he's going for.
It's like the starting point, the look of it. If you were going like a straight stripe on the side, right where like the part is kind of, I could see that. And I know not a lot of people, but like there are some people who are like new fashion, go with kind of like a high top and like the side is out and it's literally like a square cut to be like a apart. But no, they just doesn't look good. Where? Can you ask one of the other black classmates if he goes to Black Barber? Not if they do, but if David does.
Let me absolutely not ask that via text.
Why? What?
The last thing I need is fucking someone sending a receipt of me being like, "Hey yo, does David even go to a black barber?"
Noah's at his Senate confirmation hearing. And someone says, in 2024, did you send a text?
And I quote, "Do David even go to a black barber? 'Cause I mean, damn, that 15-degree angle.
I saw better lineups from dentists."
Oh, that's funny because we shit on the dental school all the time.
Oh no, I said it because barbers used to be dentists.
Oh, I mean, barbers used to be fucking everything. It's crazy. Barbers were the doctor. The fact that barbers just regularly bloodlet back in the day is frightening.
What else would they let?
I mean, when you phrase it like that.
The humors. They were comedians as well.
Okay, I need two.
Oh, Emmanuel's on his way. Emmanuel's gonna get a fat tip.
I need two more.
I don't know why. Every time you say Emmanuel, I'm like, somebody from your medical
No, not. I'm trying to think of like anyone who's got a good foreign-sounding name besides like O'Neill, I guess.
David?
No, not David.
Okay, I just need one more. I need one more, Noah. We're gonna get this.
Oh, he went to BG?
Yeah, he's a BG boy.
Oh, are either of the chefs?
Soccer.
Interesting.
Okay.
He must have been like 2 grades below us. I don't recognize his name.
Oh, he's multiple grades below us. He's young. I'm an old fart in medical school.
Are either of
Not
the chefs
fart, but old fart.
in your class?
Are either of the chefs?
Yes, there's a Priyanka chef. She might be in the grade above you.
Let me open up my
And I forgot her younger sister's name, but I believe they both go to the Louisville Med School.
Chef. I don't remember a chef. What's the first name of them again?
Priyanka is the older sister. I don't know the younger sister's name.
I don't remember.
Priyanka was in the grade below us, but she went to St. Joe. I don't know if she went to BG.
Okay, the younger of the two?
Huh?
Who's the younger of the two? You say you don't remember?
I don't know. I don't know the younger's name.
I don't remember.
Because the younger one is like 2 years.
I'm literally just scrolling.
I believe she is Indian.
That definitely doesn't narrow it down.
If that helps at all.
It not in the least. I've got engines coming out of my ears.
All right.
Shadow's like, that's a must.
Okay, folks.
Is this all being live streamed?
Yeah. The record is there.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, because we already have Noah Civics.
Oh, I've said problematic things.
But see, this is my live stream, so this will come out during my Senate hearing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. These are the people you associate with.
Anytime we say something on like Shadow's live stream, we text something that's dubious, I always come back to John Mulaney when he's sending guys saying, "You want me to murder him for you?"
Yeah. Oh, my boy's almost here, Emmanuel. I'll be back. Emmanuel.
Good old Margaret. Pulling that bullshit. The off-timed hits. My jellyfish is not doing his job. There we go.
America, fucking coming to take a motherfucking damn fuck yeah. Yeah, have you been seeing everything that's going on with this freaking Supreme Court case with Donald Trump's lawyers wanting to get like just presidential immunity for any like official presidential acts?
I have not been following it closely. I've only seen the reactions online from people making it seem like the ones we thought, the justices we thought would be bullshitting, are really like fighting for it.
So the podcast I listened to of the Michigan law professors, they play clips from the oral arguments for anything that they specifically see as like a very good argument, a very bad argument, and pretty much the sides were drawn. Like obviously, Sotomayor, Ketanji Brown Jackson, and why can't I think of the third justice who's a liberal justice? Shadow, you must know her.
I don't. Not personally.
You must know the name, please.
What were the Kagan?
Yeah, Elena Kagan. So they obviously were arguing against just widespread presidential immunity.
As any sane person would.
And yeah, and then you got Thomas, Alito, and weird like Brett Kavanaugh pushing, and I guess there was like one clip from what's his name? I don't know. I forgot his name as well.
Keebler.
Dude, no, it wasn't Keebler.
It wasn't Keebler?
Low key, I think it's like either a G or a K. I don't know. I'll Google it.
Kavanaugh, Alito, Roberts, Thomas, Kagan,
Barrett, Roberts, and then the one other guy.
I said Roberts, you son of a bitch. How dare you?
Oh, did you already say? Oh, sorry.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Digger?
Gorsuch, that's it. So Alito and Thomas are obviously, like, they are always the ones who are asking just absolutely crazy biased, horrible questions. And so I believe the opening question by Clarence Thomas was like, does it state anywhere in the Constitution that the president gets presidential immunity, but like something along those lines. And one of the law professors was like, honestly, when he opened up with that question, I was so gullible because for a moment I was like, that's a good question. And then she goes, and then I realized it was literally just a toss-up for him to let this other guy talk about like this random article in the Constitution that doesn't have like anything really to do with presidential immunity, but like loosely talks about the president, and they're just like, this is it. Or I guess it directly talks about the president, but it doesn't really talk about any like immunity. But like Thomas and Alito pretty much argued that you can't prosecute a president for a coup because no previous presidents have been prosecuted for the coups that they did. And the difference between coupping a foreign nation and our own country doesn't really matter. A coup's a coup, and you can't stifle a president's actions because if you take away their immunity, then they might not be willing to, or they might hesitate. Crimes. It's like it's interesting saying like they'd hesitate when at matters of importance. And pretty much the liberal justices were like, look, I would much rather take a moment's hesitation to do acts that might be criminal over the idea of immunity of all criminal acts. And at one point, I believe Sotomayor was like talking to Trump's lawyer and was like, you're wanting presidential immunity for official presidential acts. So what if a president, under an official act, orders the assassination of a political rival he deems corrupt? And the lawyer was like, well, I believe that would be covered.
And she said, well, that's all we need to hear.
And then she was like, and then what about a coup? If a president was to officially order the military to coup the government, would that fall under it as well? And he was pretty much like kind of beating around the bush, didn't really want to answer the question, but eventually was like, yes, I guess a coup would also fall under an official presidential action if it was officially, put forward. And you're sitting there like, this is insane. And then that's when Alito and Thomas come in and they're like, well, what if in the past, JFK was prosecuted for everything going on with the Bay of Pigs disaster? And they were like, well, the problem with that is it was like half-heartedly covered up for a while. And then he was assassinated. They didn't have a good opportunity to indict him.
I'm still stuck at the very first thing where the argument was because a crime in the past was not prosecuted, that must mean you can't ever prosecute it. What kind of a dumbass bullshit argument is that?
So that's actually like a really big issue with police prosecutions, is because oftentimes in like how the Supreme Court has set up police prosecutions in the past is that, if there is not a case similar to a police prosecution, it is very difficult to try a police officer for what the crime they committed and successfully charge them. You would have to find a judge that is willing to like make an exception and essentially put it into the books as the first case of its kind. At least that's my understanding. There might be more nuance to it. There's guaranteed more nuance to it, but it might be a little off. But the general idea is, if a police officer has not already been tried and convicted of a crime that they committed, like this other police officer committed, a lot of times they're just like, yeah, we can't prosecute them. Or at least
every case,
evidence.
Every case has to be a lot of evidence of that. Yeah, every case has to be a whole new thing where they have to there's no precedent for it unless the exact same thing has been prosecuted, has previously been deemed as being prosecutable.
Yes,
and they very clearly use it as
this other guy stabbed him with his left hand. Our client stabbed him with the right hand. So you can't
exactly. It's like they read it so fucking narrowly that it's virtually every case. There is no every case is an exception.
And that's kind of like what the Supreme Court currently does a lot of, textualism, where they're like, we go by the rule of law and how it's written back in the day, but then they completely bypass that when there's anything that they disagree with. But so pretty much Alito and Thomas, absolute insanity, being like, they pretty much were of the opinion that, other presidents haven't been tried for coups. And if you were to try presidents for coups, then
it would stop doing coups, and then where would we be?
It was like it would make them hesitate in difficult situations, and they said you shouldn't put the possibility of prosecution hanging over a president's head, because that would stifle their ability to take decisive action. And it sounds nice.
It's like part of
in
that
terms
is
of
like,
how it's
okay,
phrased.
that is kind of fair, but
It's
when
almost
you
like I
actually
don't
start
want.
to think about it, you're like, wait a minute, hold
But
on.
then their solution is just full immunity for presidential actions, which is insane. The craziest part about all of this is that if they do successfully put forth the rule that a president is fully immune to prosecution as long as it's a presidential action, like an official presidential decree, then Biden could just choose to assassinate Trump.
Yeah, it's
that's
funny.
what they're
Like,
setting themselves up to do. Or not, I guess they're not setting, because I can't imagine a world where Biden would actually follow through with an assassination attempt on Trump. But they could set themselves up for that and him legally get away with it, because along with the crazy idea of full presidential immunity for official presidential actions, Trump's lawyer was arguing that, even if it wasn't like an official presidential action, or if, it was a crime that should be prosecuted, if they weren't impeached for said crime, then they shouldn't be prosecuted either. Which means you could just resign before being impeached and then be pardoned by your vice president, and you're fine.
or you could assassinate all the members of Congress who would vote to impeach you before
That
they
is
can do
the
that.
other crazy thing. Also, in the oral argument, Brett Kavanaugh said that almost everyone that he knows thinks about the Nixon pardon by his vice president Ford as a great decision and a great day.
Wow, what a fucking cunt! I hope he
And
gets
I'm just like,
I hope he gets hit by a bus.
I'm just like, it's a widely held idea that Nixon was spying on political rivals to try and find a way to undermine them, and probably did worse things. Which I believe there was also in tapes recordings of him and Reagan just saying some horribly racist things. Or I guess it depends on what you think of horribly. Because
you know how it be. Boys will be boys.
But if you think of uniqueness and vitriol as like what you describe as horrible, it's not that. Because they say it in a joking manner, like ha ha ha, those gorillas, and you're like, what the fuck?
It's the casual racism.
It's the one that it's like is trite the word? I feel like trite's the word. If you can even use that in reference to racism.
Yeah, you can.
But it is like the old played out horrible. Yeah, it is. It is
matter
trite.
of fact racism.
Yeah, but it's specifically the classic, haha, pairing a black person to a primate is somehow like me making a good joke, when in reality you're not being funny or intelligent. It's just racist and like stupid. But yeah, I guess I digress. That tangent. But essentially, you're guaranteed to have at least Alito and Thomas. Gorsuch and Kavanaugh were making a lot of arguments like, well, I'm less concerned about this case specifically and more about future cases. Which means I don't think they're really going to be doing anything to try to shake down Trump.
Yeah.
So, at minimum, Trump's probably going to get away with a lot of the presidential acts that were criminal. Weirdly enough, Barrett made a reference to, like, you know, we need to decide what is an official presidential act and what was an act made by him as, like, a private, you know, person. And while that is, like, a good question to separate those things, the law professors that I heard talking
Shadow,
about this were like,
get out of this map for a second.
the
Can
law
you
professors
look
that I
across
heard,
the way towards Kaled? Can you see the other tower? Oh yeah, there it is. Left. I didn't realize you could just see where the other half of the Dactos medallion is, just from right here.
Which one is it? The little one or the big
It's
one?
It's neither of those two boys. It's left from that. The, like, keep-looking thing.
Is that? No, it's not.
Is that not the keep?
No. That one might
Then
be.
It'd be to the right then. Would be where
It's like I can't
It
even.
is-
You can't even see it. It's.
not even remotely close. Way up there. You are very wrong.
I can't see them. It's this. It's this away.
It beat to your right then. Look to your right more.
I don't
sure
think
it's
we
not
could.
that keep up there?
Absolutely positive, because I went up there because that's where he told me it was, and then it wasn't. It's like over. It's not. It's not in this section of Kaled. It's like up in the Dragon Sparrow area.
Alright. Fine.
Asterisk.
You're wrong, but I don't remember.
That's where I died that one time. The only time I got there, I'd done everything else, and I was like, okay, let's get the Deathless medallion so we can finally. I was like, either have to get the Deathless medallion or I have to go fight that fire drake, and I chose the Deathless medallion, and immediately was killed by those two.
The screamers, the flyers.
The screamers, yeah.
singers.
Yeah, they wrecked my shit.
Whoa! What's this?
Holy shit! I've gotten 4 shinies today.
Why are you
What's this? Is I gotta cool your jets. I gotta open some gifts real quick, and then I'll continue playing for a bit.
Well, it's fine. I'm hopping off anyway.
Oh,
I
you son of a
need to go
bitch!
to bed.
I was about to hop off as well.
I was giving you grief, but I actually am incredibly tired, and I have to get up early tomorrow.
But
again.
real quick before you go, Noah, it
Alright.
does seem like they're probably going to get a majority decision in favor of, like, official presidential immunity.
Absolutely
might
fucking
carve out-
insane.
They might carve out specific things to make it so that, like, Biden can't do anything immediately against Trump. But it seems like the end goal is to essentially make it so that if Trump is reelected, he can just kind of fuck shit up how he wants. Which, the weird thing is, this is all in relation to him, like, actively trying to change election results. Through, like, him openly admitting on phone calls, be like, find 10,000 votes, and him putting in fake electors. And his lawyer was like, well, you can't argue that these were fake electors that he knowingly put in place. He said he did not realize they were fake electors. I believe what his lawyer argued. Which is crazy. But yeah, it looks like Trump is probably going to get away with a lot of stuff. It feels real dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to just
I'm
make
not
enough money over the next 10 years to leave America and maybe find a place in, like, rural Europe.
Well, what should really happen is Biden should assassinate all those Supreme Court justices who are about to decide that he can do that.
Well, he has to wait and then do it.
Yeah, he has to wait until it goes through,
Well,
which
then
would
it'll
then
be-
give him the ability to presidentially decree the assassination of said justices and political rivals. Which the idea that this is even thought of as a possibility, the idea that the highest court in America is genuinely thinking about allowing presidential act of assassinating political rivals feels insane.
Someone should ask that lawyer. The next question should be like, so if President Biden thinks that this whole Supreme Court thing is a threat to, democracy, would it be within his jurisdiction to assassinate you, the lawyers bringing the case? And they would have to say yes.
And then they think about it.
God, all those people deserve to die.
Starting with you.
Absolutely.
But seemingly, it's really weird how, like, with some of the Supreme Court justices, they are biased going into, and like, even, like, some of the liberal justices do this sometimes, but they go into an argument